We're very happy to have with us today social entrepreneur Divya Shriram. Divya is a pioneer in the area of early education. She is the founder of Dipam Foundation, which is a charitable organization that reaches out to underprivileged children through its balwadis. She has really changed what a preschool education can look like in Delhi with her venture Little Minds. Divya is really a change agent, really an influencer. She's volunteered and been a very important part of Can Support that reaches out to individuals suffering from cancer, but largely from the underprivileged sections of society. In today's conversation, we are speaking to Divya to understand how does one become a change agent? What does that really ask of each of us? And how do we become influencers? Divya is part of one of India's most well-known and oldest business families, the Shriram family. DCM Shriram Industries, known for the work that it's done and its support for culture and reaching out to society. We are excited about this conversation with Divya.
When my son turned about a year, I just felt that he needed to get out for like an hour or so out of the house, away from me or whatever.
Okay.
And I tried looking for schools and like something of a center that I could send him to in Delhi.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I couldn't. And then I researched and I saw there are things existing in the world all over.
Okay.
So I decided, and my sister chipped in with me, and we started this actually a new concept for Delhi.
Okay.
So that was for the 1.5-year-olds.
Okay.
Had no idea how we're going to do it. Had no idea how it will be successful. Okay. So it was like two mothers starting, frankly. So I made a very attractive brochure. And I think that was the first thing that, went right. And then, of course, the place I had created was like really a home away from home for the children. It didn't look like any school. It didn't look like any institute. So I made a playway method. I made a little false dummy kitchen. I made a little nursing section. Now, these were things which were not happening in Delhi at that time. Then we had actually always decided to start these balwadis, which are these schools which I now run. At various slum areas and things like that, but I wanted this to be a feeder school actually. Okay. But unfortunately, it didn't work out like that. So I shut the commercial school after running it for 5 years. But I am really blessed again. I have to say that even now when I meet parents and they'll say, what a great beginning you gave to our kids. And that's the biggest present I get. And I had everybody from Delhi, the affluent homes. I mean, I had everybody come to our schools. Then we started the Dipam Foundation. So after shutting that down, and then of course I started looking for funds, and family friends were very sweet and very nice, and they were always very helpful. Even now I'm always with a begging bowl. And that's one thing which I really want to tell everybody. If whoever wants to do social work, don't be shy in asking for funds. Of course, I mean, it's awkward, but get rid of that inhibition. Actually, fundraising is really difficult. Friends and family always support you, that I can say. If you are doing good work, funds will follow. I have been really fortunate that whoever has supported us has continued supporting us. You have to actually have a passion, and let it not die. Just continue with it, and I think it just success or anything just follows. I think that's how I started. When I started my commercial school, I don't know if it did exceedingly well. I have to say, I made a big name, which I hadn't expected. I hadn't even started off thinking, I don't know where we are going to go. Even with my Dipam, even with anything that I did, or even at Can Support, I started the walk, which is now an annual feature. It was just meant to be. I mean, the purpose was to let's just help. Raise funds for them, raise because they are doing very good work also, and especially for the underprivileged children, and the whole treatment, everything is it's very expensive.
You are now getting you're doing a course
in counseling, basic counseling.
Yes.
So this is actually again now when everybody said okay, maybe I think I'm a decent listener, I would say. And whatever little experience over the years that I have. So unfortunately, wherever I went, it was meant to be for a qualified person.
Okay.
So I need a qualification, a stamp of qualification to really work into this field. So I do eventually want to do again something related to that once I finish my course, and which I would at the end of this year. So
congratulations.
Yes, getting back to books wasn't easy, but yes, I did. My parents always encouraged us. You know, women must do something, you girls must. So we are 3 sisters, 2 brothers, so it's a large family. But he always made sure, he said, you guys have to be independent. Later on in thing, I did my mass communication, and then I was, you know, working, making corporate films, which meant odd hours. And you know, at that time, I'll tell you, when you're younger, you really feel you can conquer the world. So I felt, yes, I could do, and I can conquer the world, and I must put in whatever I can, you know, especially when I've got encouragement. And I've always seen a lot of charitable work going on from my parents' side also. That was always encouraged, you know. We are blessed, so why not put in that? And my passion was always I want to actually do something for others. I just want to help. That's my basic need, is wherever I can. You know, so I really still feel I've not done much. My Almighty.
Of course.
That's my anchor. He's my anchor that keeps me right down, helps me in everything. And I really feel I would want to tell everybody must have an anchor in life. What are you here for? Are you here to, okay, it's good if you are here to play cards and you want to do kitty, you want to do social, I mean, you know, you have to have a purpose in life. You should be happy in life, contented and happy, whatever you do. That is the biggest thing. Don't feel unhappy at any given point of time. Because, you know, that is, I think, just keep thinking positive, and that's my mantra. And that's really strongly used to be my mother's mantra too. I mean, she suffered with cancer for 12 years, but she didn't let anybody of us feel that we are even looking after her, or she never complained, she did nothing. And she was a real force of to reckon with. My dad too suffered so much, but didn't, you know, they were very strong people. And that has taught me a lot. I lost a very young brother, and so when that happened, there was no anger. I mean, there was, you know, usually a lot of people are angry with when they are going through a huge problem, and if you just change your thinking as to, okay, this was supposed to be a part of my life, and we have to just accept it and move along with that. I think, you know, you really can face that challenge. Human nature is such that everybody expects that, you know, especially, okay, you know, especially for a girl who gets married and goes into another home and things, I can give that example. You expect the people to change for you. No, I don't think. Why should anybody change for anybody? And it's your own what you want out of life. Do you want happiness? Do you want to feel a part of that family? Do you want to, so it's the same which will go for an organization. You join an organization. Do you want the organization to change for you? You have to absorb what the organization expects you to do, so that you fall in place. And then when you fall in place, after that you can see what changes you can do or make. You have to be like them. So this is what I did. When I went to Daurala, I became like them. So I was into, at that time, making corporate films. So I was into media, and I went to not only Delhi but to Daurala, where our sugar factory and our chemical factory and all are there. And now I don't know anybody, I don't know how I'm going to do, what I'm going to do. And the ladies over there were all very happy, but they were all much older than me, and running their houses, homes or whatever, looking after their kids and very contented and all. So for the first almost 8-10 months, I did a lot of reading. Then till my mother visited me, and she said, no, do as the Romans do. Just change yourself, otherwise you'll be at a loss over here. Just become what they want you to become. So of course, I mean, I changed myself completely. I learned how to play cards, I learned how to put pickles, I learned how to cook. I did everything which was domesticated, because that's what they wanted, and thank God for that, because I did a lot of learning over there. After that, because I felt that now they have actually accepted me and they know me well enough, then I told them, I said, I think now you ladies are doing really a good job with all your children, because they really, they were going to good colleges, and the education and all that was getting looked after. I said, you still find time, that there is time for you children, to you women, to actually educate others. So let's start a school here.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I said, okay, let us do this school which we are going to start out of our factory premises, where you ladies take turns, 2-3 of you together, and just go and collect the village kids, and let's just do a little bit of let's help them around. So I started a little, I would say, a preschool there too. You can't just come in and just change. No, you have to understand the psyche of people. You have to understand your environment where you want to make a change. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Otherwise, you will feel frustrated. You have to understand. I mean, when I started my commercial school, which it was for the 1.5-year-olds, I did a lot of research around. I saw that the things were not happening the way I would have put it across. That's why, so it's always, I think, a change comes in, and it becomes successful is when you understand the people around you, the environment around you. Forget the people, the environment around you, and then only you can bring about that whatever change you want to. Recognize or just introspect and see what you really want to get out of from life. I think that's the biggest thing, what you really want out of life. And as I've said before also, that everybody has a talent, everybody has some super quality in them. So recognize that and just move towards it. You will be able to achieve it. And of course, believe in him. Totally believe in him. He is going to guide you wherever you go, if you truly believe in him. And I think you will be successful. Anybody will be successful.